Greetings. I am Coach Kim Tops with Top Resume Coaches, here cheering you on and helping you get to your next level as we celebrate Top Resume Coaches' second year anniversary with a winter lunch and learn series. Before we get started, I would love for you to put in the chat where you're from and put hashtag replay if you're listening to the recording. And so just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am Coach Kim Tops. I have worked in every industry from aerospace to government to clinical education. And so that's why I can talk to you today about how to get to your next level. In addition, I would love for you to follow and connect with me because I am releasing my very first book, and my book is In Pursuit of Purpose, Peace, and Progress, How Success Through Action Can Create a Better Future. So let's jump in and dive into our session. Oh, click on our QR code and follow me if you want to learn more information about my coming release of my new book. Today's topic is part 2 of how to get to your next level in your career. Now, part 1 is currently posted in our YouTube channel and on our social media pages. You must go back and listen to part 1 in order for this to make sense. It's standalone, but you have to do the actions and the things that I have laid out for you to do in part 1. And then you must also do the things and the actions and things that you need to do in part 2. So let's jump in and get started. The very first skill that you need to know and to have, not only on your resume, you want to do this, highlight these skills in the interview. You also want to highlight these skills throughout your career, in your performance evaluation, in your presentations, as you give status to your stakeholders and to your leaders. You want to be able to also include this specific skill in your performance evaluation. And that is, you must be a problem solver. And with that, companies are formed. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, if you're profit, nonprofit, everyone has problems, and they have hired you to be a problem solver. So if you are a solution generator, you are a problem solver, you can go in, come up with a strategy, come up with a plan, find out the root cause that keeps a company or organization for experiencing that problem. Then you are going to get to your next level and be identified as the problem solver. And people are going to say, hey, Jim, we have a problem. They're going to call you first. And when people can call on you first and you can deliver, you can count it as gold, and you will see yourself get to your next level by highlighting and utilizing the skills of a problem solver. Our second skill that you must have to your next level, you have to have excellent communication skills, right? So a lot of you all put on your resume, I have excellent communication skills, but there's no results. There's no description of the skills. There's no description of what it is that you have done. Now, if communication is a weak area for you, what you're going to have to do is to work on that skill. You're going to have to master that skill. And so when I say communication skills, I'm talking about speaking, talking, interaction, training, coaching. I'm also talking about written communication skills, presentations. I'm in a technical field, so we write a lot of technical documents, and the 95% of my time is spent fixing poorly written technical documents. So you want to work on your sharpen your writing skills, sharpen your presentation skills, know how to talk to your client, how to communicate with your stakeholder so that you can resolve, back to skill number 1, the problem or the issue that may be at hand. Now, again, if this is a challenge area for you, I am going to highly recommend Toastmasters International. If you send me a message. I will connect you with a chapter, a club that is nearest you. We're in the pandemic right now, so a lot of the clubs are still meeting virtually. And this is one organization that I have been a member of since April 2001. And every week I am joining and taking a part of and participating in at least one club every week so that I can sharpen my skills, that I can work on my communication skills, that I know how to present. And the wonderful thing about Toastmasters is that it also teaches you how to lead. So I know how to lead a meeting. I know how to listen effectively and listen to my client, listen to my supervisor, listen to my stakeholders so that I can put together a communication plan that supports the project and supports the ideals and the concepts and the mission of what we are trying to do. The third skill that is a must-have in order to get your customer service skills. I'm telling you, companies will not be in business if they do not have customers. So happy customer, happy projects, happy funding, happy companies, right? So when you work on your customer service skills, you can talk with a client, you can talk with a stakeholder that may be having an issue, maybe having a problem. So you see how skill number one, problem solving, skill number two, communication skills tie into customer skills. You have to master these skills. Now, again, if this is a challenge area for you, I suggest that you go to your local food pantry, find a nonprofit organization that you can volunteer your skills and work in an area that allow you to develop your customer service skills. And so is the customer always right? Yes, right? They're always right. So you have to help them. You have to listen to what their issue is and come up with a solution to their problem. But 9 times out of 10, the customer just wants to be heard. They just want you to be kind. They just want you to be respectful, right? And so I have a great example. I was calling a customer service line, getting some information that I wanted to find out on who to select for a dentist to do a crown for me that actually has the equipment to print the crown and get it installed and do everything in one day. And so I called my insurance company, and the first thing the young lady told me is that I can go online. I know that I can go online, but you have to be able to have that demeanor and that posture to be helpful to someone and to help them resolve their problem. And the wonderful thing about customer service, at the end of that call, it asked me to take a survey. And it asked, the last question it asked me is, would I hire that particular representative to be on my customer service team? And the answer from me for that particular call was a no. So work on your customer service skill. Now, I know you're like, okay, I gave you top 3 skills, but how do I transition to that? How do I communicate that in my resume? How do I communicate that in my interview? How do I communicate that information in my status report, my reporting, my presentations, my live reporting, and especially my performance evaluation? So after you have these 3 skills, you have to be communicating that all throughout your career, all throughout your journey in that particular role, at that particular company or that particular corporation. And so to do that, you utilize the STAR method. You hear me and my team talk about the STAR method all of the time. The STAR method stands for situation, task, action, and result. And what you want to do is in your resume, think about a time you had solved the problem. Think about a time where you utilize excellent communication skills. Think about a time where you exhibited excellent customer service skills. And so when you do this, you utilize the STAR method. You think of a situation, you describe a task, you come up with the action, and you talk specifically on the results. And so we're not talking about, oh, I'm not the leader of the team. No, we're talking specifically utilizing the STAR method for the things that you did, that you accomplished. And when you learn how to use the STAR method, you will definitely come out on top. So for example, if I had a time where I solved the problem, I came up with a root cause analysis. So not only did I solve the problem that day, I solved the problem that the company may have been experiencing for the last 10 years. So if you don't put that information in a resume, you don't put that, talk about that specifically, that specific example in your interview, and then being able to show yourself as that leader, as that problem solver throughout your career. And as you are getting to your status meetings, or you're getting to your status reports where you have to type in a written report, and your manager says, Cindy, tell me what you did today. What did you do last week? And the only thing you can say, oh, I didn't do too much, I kind of did this. No, you utilize that STAR method. You think about the situation, task, action, and result, and you clearly, concisely communicate verbally or written what it is that you did and how you were able to utilize your skill set of problem solving skill to solve that company's problems. So it's that simple, guys. It really is. It's that simple. When you learn how to master the skill, you will not only be the star on your resume, and your resume will get selected to the next level so that you can interview for higher positions and higher offers, but you'll also be able to be the one selected for the interview. You'll also be the one that is the go-to person when there's a problem, there's an issue, there's something that needs to be fixed, or they have an issue with a stakeholder or a client. They'll come back and say, Jim, hey, can you handle this? And you have that background, you have that knowledge. And the key mistake that a lot of us make in our current roles is that we do not toot our own horn. You must toot your own horn, and especially in your performance evaluation. So again, you go back to that STAR method. You describe the situation, you describe the task, you describe the action, you describe the results that you created from utilizing your skill set. And you'll see 9 times out of 10, if you were in corporate America, and even some nonprofits, they use a totem pole to decide who is going to get the most as far as increase in salaries. And so they use the performance evaluation. So if you're just putting on there, I have excellent customer service skills, you're not utilizing the STAR method. You're not giving the situation, the task, the action, and specific results in that time period that you are being evaluated. You are leaving your money on the table. You are leaving your promotion on the table. So I want to see you be in the top jobs, in the top roles, in your dream job, with the dream salary, with the dream benefits, and the things that you have worked so hard in your career and working on your certifications and getting that training done on time. You have to utilize the top 3 skills to take you to your next level. So as we're closing, I'm going to review our preparing your resume as you are going throughout the interview process, as you are in your day-to-day tasks, and you are communicating to your stakeholders, you're providing your status, and that once a year performance evaluation, you must utilize these 3 skills and highlight these skills throughout your entire journey of your career, no matter what the role is and what you are doing. You want to utilize these skills. Skill number 1, be a problem solver. Skill number 2, work on your communication skills. Your communication skills are the key. And last but not least, know how to provide excellent customer service, not only to your clients, not only to your customers, but to your stakeholders and everyone that is involved in your journey as you are playing out your role and doing it with excellence. So again, I am Coach Kim Tops with Top Resume Coaches. Thank you for joining us today for our Winter Lunch and Learn series. If something with you resonated, you may have additional questions. I would love to hop on a Zoom with you. Go to topresumecoaches.com, click the Get Started button, and let me know how my team and I can help you get to your next level. And that you follow and connect with us. We are on all social media outlets as Top Resume Coaches. And last but not least, save the date and join us for our resume and job search. Get to your next level Q1 challenge. And we are going to dive deeper only for 45 minutes to an hour each day from February the 21st to the 23rd. And please visit topresumecoaches.com for additional registration. And this is a free training, so you want to make sure that you join me for our resume and job search, getting to your next level Q1 challenge. Again, my name is Coach Kim Tops. I thank you again for joining us, and we are so elated to celebrate our second year milestone as we have helped thousands of professionals and career-minded, and including students and executives, get to their next level. And so I will see you at the top.